Hey Kate, thanks for joining me tonight.
I'm happy to be here.
So can you tell me what exactly is the Yellow Brick Road in San Francisco?
Well, it's a designated safe route that we call Tenderloin Safe Passage that was put on the ground in 2012.
Oh, okay. So what or who made you come up with this idea?
So Safe Passage was an idea that came about from concerned parents in the neighborhood. There was a 6-year-old boy who went missing temporarily in the summer, and a group of moms came together and went to various organizations asking for something more. There are a lot of kids in that neighborhood and a lot of dangers happening along the route that kids are walking when they're going to and from school. And so the parents went to various organizations like the Boys and Girls Club and the Community Benefit District and asked for safe passage. So the idea came from parents.
Do you have any type of guards or protection to help keep these kids going along that route?
Well, all of our volunteers we call them corner captains, are trained. That's one thing that we offer to the community, and it's mandatory for all of our volunteers. We undergo personal safety training on a regular basis, and not only to keep the kids safe, but to keep the volunteers feeling safe as well when we're standing out on the corners. So essentially we stand out there from 2:45 till 3:15 when the kids are walking home from school, making sure they're getting home safely.
I asked a couple of people in the past about this idea that you came up with. I have some good and negative thoughts. One of them said that it may be an easier way for child predators or anybody that's, like abusive to children to harm them. What do you have to say to them, and what do you have to say about that?
Well, I know that of the 4,000 kids that live in the neighborhood, many of them have no choice but to walk home. And we go through a pretty rigorous screening process of our corner captains, and also ensure that none of them are ever in direct contact with the kids. We stand in pairs, posted, just waving at the kids. So we know that all of our volunteers are cleared. And we're out there. It's mostly parents who are standing out there, and we know that they are looking after the best interests of the kids. So it actually adds a safety, an extra level of safety that somebody's looking out for them. If there are scary, dangerous people who are specifically targeting them.
I know that it goes down different routes. What exact streets does it go down?
Right now it's 11 blocks of the Tenderloin, and that route was also designated by the parents. We did a lot of mapping exercises with them, getting information on where their kids go to school, where they walk the most, where their buses drop them off, and where their after-school programs are or where they live. And so that connects all of that in the 11 blocks, but we are expanding to 18 blocks to go all the way down to Tenderloin Elementary, and then past Bodecker Park, the newly renovated park at Eddy and Jones.
The former world heavyweight champion Rocky Balboa serves as a trainer for Adonis Johnson in the new movie Creed, which came out Thanksgiving. I've seen this movie for myself, and yes, it's totally worth your time. This movie gets an A from me. Katniss Everdeen is back, ladies and gentlemen, in The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. To me, this movie wouldn't make the top 5 list, but it was okay, and it gets a solid C from me. Now, I know you guys didn't like the grade I gave this movie, but it was missing a lot of details and stories to it. So I tried and thought real hard on this, but just like the numbers never lie, well, neither do the ratings either. By officials in Washington delaying all crab seasons in affected states. The algae toxins in the crab samples are still unsafe for human consumption. Officials say it is unclear how long the delays will last as long as they continue to test crab samples. For crab fishermen in the Bay Area, it's been a frustrating time of wait and see, Our own Alex Walsh takes a look. Recent samples from the California coastline indicates the toxicity levels are going down, but officials want to make sure everything is safe for at least 2 weeks before certifying that the crabs are safe to eat. In another Facebook story, teenagers who have more than 300 friends on Facebook are more stressed than those who don't. That's according to a study out of the University of Montreal. After recruiting 88 boys and girls who range from age 12 to 17, the researchers learned that teens who were doing proactive things like liking their friends' posts and sending encouraging words had much lower levels of cortisol.